Hello. How are you? Um, oh no. Massive miscalculation. I'm gonna put on some music here for too long. I forgot my pod. Alright, so, this one is eternal artificial reality for testing of humans, also known as Earth. This idea came to me because I had heard people refer to the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. And like I said, I went to go find out what Earth meant. And like Jupiter, Eros, all these things had, all these planets and moons, all Venus, Mercury, they all had, and like, what was Earth? The mother god, what, Gaia, what was it? And it just means this planet we live on. It's only, aside from the dirt in this planet, it's just Earth. Like, well, what the fuck did it stand for? As soon as I said that, it's like eternal artificial reality for testing humans. Like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, shit, that would work. So it augmented, artificial, either one. Well, God doesn't test people. No, it says that he tests them in dreams. So, merrily, if this life was but a dream, he could test us all day long. Matter of fact, the only time we would wake up would be when we die and leave this place. Which means, where do we come from? From God, an eternal place where we were with him. We leave that, become separate, develop a personality. As my bus driver said when we were coming back home, a self. That self then, with death, returns back to the maker, the source of creation, while maintaining itself, and can stay there and just be in a stasis of like, this is great. You know what I mean? There's no need, no want or anything. You're just part of God, and God is everything, so how could you be discontent? You could have everything and nothing simultaneously. You could be sad and happy both at the same time. You could do everything. You could literally do everything. You could teleport while sitting still. You could do anything and everything without moving. And then if you feel like going somewhere or doing something like that, you can just, he has no problem with you maintaining the self. This place is for figuring out who you are and how you respond to situations. These situations will change with different, you consider them genres, within different stories that are being told. You woke up today, it's 2025, which actually 5,700 something according to the Jews and according to the Chinese. But to you it's 2025. And it's, the month of, and the day of, and the time, and all that stuff that you believe. That you believed yesterday, and you believed the day before, or at least so you think, because you woke up this morning, as far as you know, it was just a clean slate, and all that shit was loaded. Seriously, if they loaded you last night with everything that you were, including the things going to bed and everything, and you man, I drank too much last night. Would you really honestly know? No, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying, would you really honestly know? If tomorrow you woke up and all the problems that we have, no one's talking about Trump because no one was ever born named Donald Trump to cause the problems that he's caused. There's never a person named Adolf Hitler ever born. Everyone who's ever caused any problems, from the very smallest thing to the very largest thing that's like an actual problem. Hurting people, causing pain. God himself said in the Bible, who can blame a person for stealing? For hunger? Who can blame a person stealing for hunger? Who can blame a person for what they think, but what that comes out of their mouth? That's what's in their heart. Thoughts pop in there. Crazy shit. Sometimes I won't say testing, but kind of like, you can steal those glasses. Why would I do that? I'm just saying you could, but why? And or I could. You know, you have the cash for that. I know, but they're like right there, and he would never even know, nor would he suspect me because he's my friend. He's in the bathroom. We're gonna leave as soon as we go. We're just gonna get in the car. Oh shit! Oh man, I meant to. Yeah, could easily do one of those if he happens to catch you. Yeah, I put them on for a second. I took them off. You know, I do with like a lighter. I must have put it in my pocket. Shit, here you go, man. Sorry about that. You can. You have the option, and that's what is making you're making up your mind of who you want to be. As I said, as this timeline goes forward, believe it or not, it has God because He is yet to come. He laid the original track for us to walk our own path and choose our own way. That's why there's a path to walk. Yeah? If the race wasn't set up between them, there would be no finish line or starting line, would there? So someone's already been through. It's already done. Yay, we're all here. It's already been done. So that's the first. And he'll be the last one to walk, run through the thing. And you're like, oh, you're last. And like, right, the first will be last and last will be first. I had to make sure everybody got out. I wouldn't leave anybody on the track. Are you kidding? Oh, no, I lapped you guys. I set up the race and came back and said, you guys want to do a race? That's how long I've been done. That's how long I've been done. You guys think you just won now? Who do you think set up the fucking race to begin with? You think those cones just magically appeared there? Right. Everything's exactly the way you want it, so it's only when things go bad that you really pay any fucking attention. And it's true. It's only when things go bad that we really pay any real hard attention. Which would be a good thing to do, like if we actually paid attention to the bad things, but a lot of people don't learn from them because they don't pay attention to it. It's an anomaly from your perfect fucking life. It's not your perfect life with it's the, like with the Matrix, there's a sum that gets like carried over and carried over and carried over and carried over and carried over. And eventually that sum, that little remainder, no matter how much of a fraction, becomes one. Now you're no longer just .4. Yeah, we'll just do 3.4. Just gets over there. 0.4. It's not even 0.5. We're going to round down. You are. You're going to round down. Nature's still counting all of that, and you're going to pay. No, I rounded that down. I rounded those up. It's a wash. Is it? I didn't know you make the rules around here. Can I see the contract? And you sign with who? Oh, look at there. It's in blood, and you got a lot of cash. Yeah. Slugworth. Yeah, there's his name right there. Slugworth. That's it. You win. You're right. You win. What was I fucking thinking? All right, everybody, back on the trucks. Let's get this on home. I didn't know they had a contract. But with America? Yeah, of course, Slugworth Industries is with America. Yeah, we don't want to go against America. That would be dangerous. Wouldn't it? I mean, they've got an army 11 times the size of the next 11 armies combined. That would be a humiliating defeat. Especially in like 1 hour. Yes, you could load up on guns and bring your friends. It's sometimes fun to lose and to pretend. Jeez Louise. 1990? 91? let's listen to a little bit of music. I want to listen to some Dirt Clod Fight, and that'll let me get my pot. And I really wish I'd Make Me Clean done. Did I play Stargazer the other day? I played Stargazer, but did I play... what was his other one? Brilliant Neon. You know, I'll play Anti-Alias. This is mine. Gonna play. Oh, this is the acoustic version. Oh, I should play drums to this someday.
Watching you drown, coming undone, all the way down and forgotten. Now what I wish could make this okay. Birth and death the same. So celebrate and remember this day. Always. No way. I watch you take the blame, take it right away from me, and I feel ashamed of my skin claims to me, but I have no name. Oh, I'm bothered when I'm nothing inside, nothing inside this cage. Dissolving in universal solvent. Dissolving. Now your eyes don't match mine. I'm dying. Now your eyes don't match mine. I'm dying.
fucking love these headphones, man. They got such great response. Actually, I was listening to the monitor speakers, and I turned the monitor speakers off, put these on, and like the vibration in my feet, I had to actually kick the headphones off to make sure it wasn't like coming through the subwoofer or something like that. I could just feel it. I love that when you're. I'm guessing it's because it's such a proper reproduction of it that it's like a phantom sensation. It's not real. Because I mean, that's the feeling of like the wind pushing on you, but it's like, how is it that clear and that far out? Because it doesn't sound like you're in the headphones at all. It sounds like you're like in a room. And these are pretty lightweight for being so big. I wish I could get them in like a Wi-Fi version, because I've been known to like, snatch my head from this fucking, because it's just, you forget that it's on there, especially if this isn't dripping on you like that. Sometimes I'll do like this. But this microphone picks up everything. I don't know if you guys hear it, but I hear kids out in the yard playing, and they're loud. But oh well, that's why I want to get out of the neighborhood. It's like if I got any of my music going, I would want to just get a fucking house. I mean, the Traverse this way. I wanted to retire here because it wasn't expensive. When I got up here, there was a house right down the street from here. It was going for like $50,000. And I was looking at it thinking like, man, that'd be really cool to get into. And even when I got on Section 8, it was doing that. So I was like, okay, if it's still going like in a year, if people are still living there. It just went on the market here recently. Like, I should probably look at it and see. I mean, maybe they did some repairs to it, and maybe like $80,000 or something like that. Maybe I can offer $70,000. Fucker's going for $240,000. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out. I mean, because the next place, I mean, they're gonna be. Our guy is kind of I don't say he's a scumlord, but I mean, he'll send the dude to fix stuff over. But prime example, they really nicely paved his driveway going into the parking lot there in front of his little. He has a whole nice double wide that's just his office, and then there's like a road that goes down. It's like a double wide road, with two lane. Right at the stop sign, that niceness stops and it became like regular, like the road around here. Well, it was a couple summers ago, I think it was. All of a sudden, these trucks are running through, and they're dropping the layers for to drop the blacktop. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. If they get it done like the front up there, I'm gonna start riding my bike and shit. I'm gonna be like, probably doing walking around, losing some weight and shit. I'm gonna be, fuck. This is because I was like 230 and I was trying to find ways to like lose weight, but the roads are just really, they don't shit. But if I could ride my bike, that would be a good way to get started and get like some exercise, and then start walking, maybe even then start jogging or whatever. But just take it slow. So pedal for a while, pedal for a while, but the roads are shit. They're smooth as fuck. That might be pretty cool. I might even get my skateboard. I'm thinking about, I'm 40. I'll probably have a skateboard. Fuck yeah. Roads as smooth as the front there. Fuck yeah, I would. And am I doing tricks? Fuck you. But a push, yeah, that's good exercise. That's why my upper legs are so fucking they're just tight because I used to skate all the time. They're just thick, man. I could kick the shit out of somebody. I could probably knock over a tree if I kicked hard enough. They lay down the blacktop just a little bit, and they kind of go over it, and then I'm waiting for them to do the finishing shit, and all the sound outside stops. I mean, it's been busy for the last 2-3 days. They poured like the gravel out. They poured this thin layer of black on top of it, which they flattened out. I'm like, okay, I guess today's going to be the day they lay the black top, and it's going to be done. I'm going to be done with this shit. It's going to be fucking cool. All the sound stopped. Dude basically paid his non-refundable deposit. They wouldn't refund his deposit, and he wouldn't let him keep it. So all of our fucking roads are all just fucked up gravel now. It would have been so much better if you would have left them alone. They were bad before, but now it's like gravel and everybody's grass. all the parking spots have just gravel all in them and shit. It's so shitty when you walk. If you have like kind of thin shoes, like Reeboks, you know, like All Stars or whatever, Converse All Stars. They just, I mean, like to the bottoms, you just feel those rocks just poking your foot all the time. It fucking sucks. So you gotta get like snow boots, which, you know, half the year it's not that problem because it's snowy up here. Michigan, I love it. I love it up here. So the poll right now: our dreams are an unknowable mystery, insanity made into reality, a great place to meet singles, and a way to keep from dying at night. This is an opinion poll. You guys, whatever you feel. You can write in an answer if you want to. No. If this all was a dream, there's no real way to wake up from it that we know of. I'm sure you could probably transubstantiate some way. It says in the Bible, not all will die before entering the kingdom of heaven. Somebody might just go, you know what I mean, and wake up there. This has basically been a controlled, on his side, a controlled dream. And anybody, I mean, because our mentality here is that you live, you're born, you live, and at the end of that, you die, and we don't know what happens. And especially atheists, like, I think it just goes black. Well, for you, that may be true, which is why you see it so clearly. So, you die, that's what you're expecting to see, and that's what you get. You get nothing else. What are you going to do, come back and go, see, I told you? No. If I'm wrong and they're just black, what am I going to do? God damn, dude, you were right. You were so right. And I stopped myself from nothing I wanted to do. So I lived the life I wanted to live, even though you're talking about, this is about control. I didn't murder anybody because I don't want to murder anybody. I didn't steal, but I've had thoughts of stealing, which is further. I mean, I didn't really want to, but I've seen stuff and like I could steal that, you know, and this is further, just like that's further reason not to, you know. Since I was 7, I believed I was looking at the sun. I was like, I don't know if there's this Jesus guy that I hear at Grandma's church, but there's got to be a God because that ball of fire is a perfect circle. It's a perfect distance from the earth. Keep us warm without burning us up, because I can feel the heat when the cloud passes in front of it. I know that the heat is coming from that, because when the cloud passes in front of it, the heat stops. But it's not so hot as to burn us up. Supposedly, and I've observed the seasons. When the sun's out the most, the plants do grow. So I have to believe that what they're telling me about photosynthesis. Plus, on top of that, we grew sprouts and stuff, and they told us how to do it and what would cause that and how it would grow. So I have to believe that that's right, too, because I actually did the experiment, and it's got something to do with sunlight. I haven't broken down the cellular structure to find out it actually does, and I don't know. But I do know that I replicated their experiment. But then, of course, again, like that could be their Pinterest. What they're trying to do is what the universe does, and what they're doing is like it's just the Pinterest has a nice Scooby-Doo cake to make for your kid, and then the real one looks like Scooby-Doo got in a fight with some acid and some mushrooms, and the color palette, because he's not even like the right color. He's like an orange dog, you know what I mean? It's just not right. But it's a cake, and you cut into it, and it tastes like cake, doesn't it? It's just not. It's not the Pinterest cake, but it is a chocolate cake. It's a bit flatter. It's a bit denser, more dense, whatever you want to say. It's a bit more chewy. No one's doing this. You know what I mean? What you want after a meal? You know, no one's doing it. There's like. You got some milk? It's good. You just get any milk or anything like that. No, it's the frosting, I think. It's just a little too sweet. I gotta say goodbye to my weed, man. It's June 2nd. Start fucking therapy, ketamine. It's not that she doesn't want me to smoke at all. I won't at least see. I know I can go down to about 130 over like 80, and like I'm 140 over 90. I'll ask her if that's even worth it. She's like, 10 point, no, don't worry about it. You can just keep smoking away. Man, we got a 4-way tie on this fucking. You guys are angry about this one. This is a poll for the ages. It just keeps bouncing back between each one. But it's holding steady, 4-way tie. Comment section is fucking killing me though, man. You guys are mean about dreams. No, I'm gonna end it so that way we just get you guys stop fighting about this. We got a 4-way tie. It's all the above. It's not a noble mystery. It's insanity made into reality. It's a great place to meet singles and a way to keep from dying at night. Sounds great. You know, back in caveman days, what they used to do for women, they would bash them over the head with a stick and drag them back to their thing. And today, you just take them to a club or a bar and hit them over the head with alcohol. A club or a bar. Either way. She's saying no. A few more drinks, she'll say yeah. I've long wanted to do a all ages place. And tell me this wouldn't be fucking great, man, to go ahead and buy all the empty malls. You could even split them in half because, like, usually there's 2 theaters. And so, like, the one on the far end, I would do it where, like, and the parents, you know what I mean, can chaperone. But if your kid's going to be there, you get an automatic. You can go home, you know, and or they'll give you, like, a thing so you're supposed to stay away from them. There's other adults that are there, you know, chaperoning also. So that way you can keep an eye and make sure that, you know, someone else's kid will be, you know what I mean? No, fuck, this is my mom. Yeah, I mean, that kind of shit. It's still that kids can be kids in the fucking public setting and just learn public skills and just be kids, man. Back in our day, just walking around the mall and you know, shopping, looking at different shit. I mean, you could kill hours, and there's movies to go watch, especially if you got it, like, it's not really necessarily the movie, it's more of like gathering in there. So if you get like older movies, that could be like dollar movies, you know? Some of the ones that may have been like flops or whatever, check with, try and find one of those streaming services and explain to them what's going on, that you're going to be streaming, and that it's not necessarily about the money, you know? It's more about giving kids something to do that's, say no to drugs, and you don't really give them anything else to do, you know? I would say divide it in half so that way, like, both sides have a food court, so that way you can have like up to like 18, and you have to go actually from it outside and go to the other side to get into the 18 and up, you know, and you could have like, you know, smoking accessory. I mean, as long whatever age you have to be to do that kind of shit. But at 18, I mean, you probably know someone who vapes or smokes, whatever. They have a vape shop and they still card you and all that stuff. So half of it, and that way you could have easily, again, the dollar style movies, but it may not be as crowded in there. There may be as many seats, and you could have like a dinner and a movie type thing. So the place is designed to have, like, you know, all the seats are facing that way and have like a table instead of the next row of seats, and then in front of that there's a whatever. Have your cup holders and shit type thing. Maybe have like a tray that comes out and your dinner and movie, just like something simple, like, you know, burger, corn dogs, nothing huge, like, you know, plate of spaghetti you can spill on the person ahead of you or like that. Yeah. Purposely show bad movies, you know, but it would be also a way to, like, especially if it was cheap and an interesting thing to do, it'd be a public place to meet people. If you have just like the lights fairly dim and the movie showing anyways and the sound kind of quiet, especially if it's like an older movie that people have seen before. It's more about being somewhere public, getting to know somebody, inexpensive, You can hang out, do this several times. Yeah, I was gonna be at the mall anyways. Are you? Yeah. Okay, so I mean, maybe I'll see you there. Cool. Yeah, yeah. It's not a date. You both are going to the mall any fucking way. You want to have dinner? Yeah. Well, you can go dinner movie. Sure. And it's not. It really isn't a thing like, ooh, dinner in a movie. It's $1 per person. You know what I mean? If even that much to see the movie. And so if you don't want to eat, you don't even fucking eat. You know. Try and find, like, I have like $1 menu meal shit, so it doesn't cost much to eat or drink there also. But again, it's not necessarily about making a profit. It's more about the stores should be making a profit, and they're renting a space. The people have somewhere to go and something to do. By cutting it in half, you're probably going to limit the older mall walkers. They can't get a good sweat. You know what I mean? So they'll find somewhere else to go. But there are two options I had. One was that, and the other one was to take some of it. If you have multiple that are shut down, divide one into elderly. Take one and make it into elderly living, and the other one into for teens. There could even be a place for like runaways. You know what I mean? There's a shelter there at the mall for people that run away. We won't tell your parents or anything like that, but we'll keep track of it and, tell the police. And like, they're here, they don't really want to be known. You can come by and talk to them. Why don't you want to go home? And they can tell the police why they want to go home. We know where they are, they're safe, we've talked to them several times. They don't want to come home. Are they at that place? I can't tell you where they are. They're at that place. You're not allowed inside anyways, are you? On one side is from fucking teenage to fucking 18. The other side is 18 to 25, whatever. Keep those people the fuck out of there. And the 18 to 25, don't go over there. If you're found over there and you're not like a chaperone, then the fuck are you doing over here in this young ass side with your old ass? If you're 18, yeah, you can migrate over. 19, possibly, but that's like the cutoff to cross over. There may even be like a pathway through, if you are 18 or 19. So you can see, it'll be great, because, it's like this big golden door on this side. It's just like a regular door, so it's like Wonka. You know what I mean? So people growing up like, oh, man, because they keep coming back. Eventually, I'm going to go through that fucking door. Eventually. Yeah, no, I'm cool. 17. Come back in 4 months, man. You don't got that long. Make it seem like it's something that you really want to achieve, so they keep coming back so they can fucking, when I go through that door, man. Yeah, remember the first time? Oh, man, I remember the first time going through the door. It's like we conquered the, yeah, dude. And we got straight kicked out immediately by trying to get some fucking over 21 weed from the fucking glass shop. They sent us straight back. Told us to grow up and come back in 2 weeks. Cause there would be right at the door, there'd be a pot shop here, and then whatever, and it clearly says 21 or over. Don't even bother. If you're not, you will be kicked out. Made it to the door, man. Let's give it a shot. I don't know, man. 2 weeks, you fucking asshole. Now we're stuck back with the kids for 2 weeks. Shut up, man. My ID said McLovin. I thought it was going to work. So, on the ones that you turn for elderly people, you could easily, there could be nursing stations inside. There could be insurance places. There could be clothing, they could do mall walking around the mall. They could be kept up and made nice, janitorial staff needed to keep it clean. People needed to keep the, people there. Different ones can be divided up into living areas. You could have, nightlife for older people. And they don't have to get in a car, go anywhere. You could even make scooters and cars and shit, those little electric scooters and the beep, beep. Oh, you got some new wheels? Yeah, I did. Hop on, baby. Oh, what's this? This does 10 miles an hour. Hang on. Oh, it's going so fast. Elroy. I don't know, I'm trying to think of an old name. Elroy sounded right. Ooh, that was a good pop, but it never stays. It just like pops and then goes like right back. I think like it just retenses up. So I'm hoping that I do something similar when I get out of like when I come out of ketamine and just like crack. Oh, it's not done yet, but I mean, it's been years. I don't think it's gonna be over with just one pop. But it's getting so close. Oh shit, on its own. Much less if I start taking that fucking tranquilizer that might fucking release that shit. Like especially if I'm zoned out for 45 minutes, not like fucking tensed up all the time. That's gonna be dope. Why you leaning on me like that? Huh? I was gonna do my thing and you're all like that. What's up with that? Trying to run the show? You trying to embarrass me? You trying to be the star? Is that what's happening? Yeah, there's the B one right there. Alright, so, yeah, I don't know, man. I've done a lot of screaming in these things, and I really honestly think it's just about over. Whether it's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe my part's gonna be done. I'm gonna be cashing out. I'm fucking 48. I don't know what my part in this is. I've been doing what I can this whole time for the last, 30 years. Yeah, 18 to now. The last 30 years, I've been doing what I can. But I don't know. And people are like, why do you believe in the book? Because it hasn't let me down yet. It's told me the truth so many fucking times. That time I had a bad trip, I was freaking the fuck out. And I opened the Bible and was like, the devil will seek to put you in prison for 10 days. After that, you'll be set free. I was like on day 3 of not even, like I sleep 1 hour a night. I'm like, all right, if you're telling the truth, because I just opened it up and that was the first thing I read. I was like, if that's the truth, then like I got 7 more days. And I just got there and it's just for 7 days. I didn't like really count it down, but like on the 10th day. Dude, I slept for what? Oh shit, that wasn't 1 hour. I'm waking up. It's like I slept. Oh, I don't feel all fucked up. Oh yeah. In 1 year, the false prophet will be dead. Okay, I thought it was going to be Elon Musk because, if we never make it to Mars, he's a lying piece of shit. Like, that makes sense. And all this stuff was falling apart. I'm like, oh yeah, he's probably going to be dead. And all of a sudden, guess what? Pope Francis dies. Ooh, I'm the one that said Elon. I never know. It said the false prophet would be dead. That's a big one, to just die. He was on the mend and he met with J.D. Vance. His middle name was Donald. It was Donald. He's changed his name several times and he landed on the one he's got now. Like I said, even the name, 3/5 Compromise, that kind of suggests, there was some back and forth. Well, like half a person. Whoa, hey now, half? Come on now. 3/4. Don't get carried away. We don't want to have to, pay, Well, it's between like a half and 3/4. That'd be eighth and... 3/5? And that's not a half or 3/4? No. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work, yeah. No, we don't have to ever give them, like, voting. No. No. If it's 3/4, there's going to be the argument that, well, shouldn't we give them, but if it's long as below 3/4, people are like, oh, it's not really, It's not like I'm going to be like solving a 2,000-year-old math problem. Right? I mean, that would be ridiculous. And especially solving it, it's supposed to be impossible, and finding multiple ways of solving it, that's not happening. The Mandingo, or Mandingo, was not a prized thing by the slave owner because they spoke multiple languages that the multiple dialects of the African tribes, which they really didn't care where they grabbed people from as long as they were not white and could be beaten into working. If not, just beat them till they can't work. And if nothing else, everybody else sees, like, I don't want that happening to me, so I'll just sing this song and keep humming along. That's why my album cover for Highly Derivative had the 13th Amendment and the flag. Let me see if I can pull that out. I should have it somewhere. It might be right under here. I don't know. No, it's not over there. I know where it's at, though. Fuck, I am high as shit, dude. Alright, so 3 judges deal trumpet blow. Facebook is where we want to go. Not showing battle. We want to go to not Unia. Yeah, cured mine. What the hell? When I get notifications, something's popping up here that I got. Oh, someone tagged me in a comment. Okay. Radio shows often do that. Well, I don't have any problem with it, but it'd be better if, like, they tagged you when they're playing you. Other than that, like, tag me my personal account. So that way, you know what I mean? Because if any of my fans, have geared me, if I share that, they're like, oh, you getting played tonight? Like, no. It's kind of hard to, it becomes harder to promote. I can just show them battle all day. Like, yeah, no problem. Oh, you guys gonna be on? No. And they're often like, well, then why are you sharing it? Like, dude, what? Okay, sure. Yeah, let's see here. Wish you were beer. Oh, I don't have it up here, do I? Could have swore it's in. Oh well, there's pictures of my old studio. And from around the time of Highly Derivative. Album cover for Besides the Point. And Box Full of Death. Why wouldn't I have that there? One for some blue effects. This is fun, right? You enjoying the show? This is me typing out a website. That would be so stupid. What is the point of this show? Hey man, it's a dang old show about nothing. Didn't you learn nothing from... Dude, what the hell? How am I not spelling this right? Oh, it's artists, isn't it? Yeah, the effects. No, it's records, dude. And You're kidding. You're still not gonna go, all right, all right, all right. Maybe it's been removed. I don't know. Maybe it got banned. I wouldn't doubt it. I get no respect. No respect. You know, we lost that with the with Rodney. There's a great thing there. Take fucking no respect. No respect. This is knitted, but this is the color here, and yeah, I did this. I put that on there, embossed it, made it stretch, and then I covered their eyes. I didn't know what I mean, this is an actual picture from that time, so I didn't know. And so I blurred their faces with white. Well, like I matched their skin, so I just covered over like him with his glasses. I even covered his glasses with the color of his flesh. And just made his flesh just one color. One, I figured it'd be very creepy. They would look like mannequins. I love the definition, like their eyebrows and stuff. And then in order to show that, I made the censor bar drop. But then during the video playback, it's just this picture going, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I could go to YouTube. Boom, it's got crunch with smudge. Hey, going live right now. So check that out. But I'm doing this. So, what the hell are you doing? Alright, so, dude, don't. Hey, look at me smoking. What channel is this? Anyways, is it? What was that? I was just talking about it, and I got into a time warp looking at myself and said, oh, I remember that. Barely. Because I'm stoned. So, highly derivative. Thank you. Hey, we can do, I know. If you don't mind. Maybe I can classify the music.
So
Yeah. So, that was that song. Oh, Dirk Claude fight. They gave me permission. What? Did Marjorie Taylor Greene get arrested? God, that'd make me happy. This would be a good day. A thick neck freak got fucking put away. When they try her for treason, if they try to put her to death, don't put a noose because she's gonna slide out that fucker like a weeble. You know what I mean? Because it's just a thick neck. It might get caught up in her hair, but you don't want. I mean, then she'd just be dangling by the hair. So you can't, like, if they were gonna try him for treason, they couldn't put him in a firing squad because they usually aim for like the heart, and they don't have any. So how the fuck would that work? Trying to shoot him in the head, there ain't shit in there either. I mean, there's shit in there, but okay. There's not a brain in there, just horse shit. Donald Trump's wish list and their hope to not be caught in whatever they're compromised enough in to stay quiet while he's doing all this stuff. The thing is, there was a big, huge game going the whole time. Between us and them. Between, Republican and Democrat. Oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, yeah, that's... If you watch C-SPAN, as soon as they fucking... we're gonna get this bill passed for the veterans. Oh, what do you think we don't love the veterans? Oh, where's the money gonna come from? This next bill's for the fucking... give banks like this break to do blah, 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 blah. Resolution X53. This one's about getting food stamps. From where are we going to get the money? Oh, you people are trying to give the money all the way. Why are we trying to... Both sides. When it came time to pass a law for the banks to give them more control or flexibility or whatever... That's all you heard. Nobody said, what about? Where the fund's going to come from? We can't call it. We can't force the taxpayers to burden this. So it's just a charade. They're not really at odds. It's like a wrestling match. So you feel like you're part of it. And we have no part of it because... left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left. It's just a march straight forward. Who? Left wing, right wing of what? The American eagle? Okay, so have you ever seen a bird fly with only one wing? No. So common sense says you need both, but they're... left wing and right wing are arguing over which wing does the most lifting. Whose idea it was to go to Cancun for the fucking winter. Like, I didn't want to go to Cancun for the winter. Well, you surely weren't packing your things. We do it every summer, but you didn't announce it to the feet, did you? We told the feet. Hey, feet. Oh, we're already here now. Wait, we come here every year. What the fuck are you talking about? I talk to you more, but he's got the goddamn beak. So, yeah, I mean, it's just nuts. I mean, I guarantee there's going to be people that are going to try and weasel their way out and be like, yeah, I didn't vote for him the first time. About the first time. Which gave him enough legitimacy to have a second even opportunity. After the January 6th, it wasn't to grab him by the pussy, that was locker room talk. That was a rape confession. That wasn't locker room talk. That was confessing to rape. When you're famous, they let you do it. It was not talking about the women. It was talking about the police that come and investigate you. He got away with E. Jean Carroll up until now. When you're famous, they let you do it. He didn't say who. He didn't say the women. They. Welcome to dark speech. Watch this when that's why he wants Joe back. He wanted Joe back so bad. Because he could just talk about himself in that Trumpian way of like, Trump's very upset. You know what I mean? It can be like, these guys are crazy. Which ones? These guys are running a lunatic. He's a madman who can't finish a sentence. Again, who are you talking about? He's old. He's old. His mind he's got dementia. He doesn't know where he is half the time. Which one of the two are you talking about? Sorry. He needs people there all the time. If he didn't have the teleprompter, he'd be lost. And they want you to vote for this guy. They're sick. They're sick people. They're radicals. They've lost their mind. I'll say it. They're insane. Which side? He has gray hair. He is old. He has a hard time finishing a sentence. Gotcha. Okay, I had a hard time figuring out which one of the two you were talking about. Now I got you. Right, what? Huh? Why would he be talking about himself? Exactly. See, I never lied. I just agreed with yours. This guy's playing 27D chess. Yeah, exactly. You get it. See, so when they change a thing, sounds good. Yes, exactly. That's exactly my plan. You're smart, man. Thank you. You figured that all on yourself? Figured out 20 other ones too. No way. Like what? Well, this morning I thought of one. I call it equality. I made it up this morning. Oh, right. Okay, like Operation Equality. He didn't make up equality. He made Operation Equality. Go ahead. Right. He doesn't mean he hates fags and Jews and niggers. What he means is he hates the things that you hate. He just uses the words that will appeal to you without actually saying the words, so that we can be talking about himself. You gotta understand, you gotta run it through a translator. Continue. You guys are stupid is why you don't understand it. See, he says what I'm thinking. Sorry about that, man. You were saying all the stuff that I was assuming you said for me. Tell me more about them. I hate them. And they want to... They're eating the cats and dogs. What? Here's a picture. He's just carrying two ducks. They're geese. Oh, even worse. The picture showing is actually a man carrying two ducks, which actually happened to have died. You're just clearing them out of the road. He wasn't going to eat them at all. He's a local resident. He actually works for the park. That's the kind of shit they do. Well, what about the picture with the guy who's carrying two geese? My dad tried to show me a picture. It was talking about controlling the border. And there's the people that are clashing with the people. Like, see, is this going on all the time? I'm like, Dad, you don't see anything wrong with this picture? No, what? The people. What about them? Do these people look like they're ready for a walk? Okay, then, I mean, some of them have a bike. Some of them have biking helmets. Some of them have snack bars. Biking shoes and stuff. And? Right. You're stupid. Okay, you see the police? Yeah. Why does it say polizei? That's not even in our country, much less, you know what I mean? It's not on our continent. That would be, I think, the Romanian or the Polish way of doing it. Policia. Or police. Or ICE, or something like that. On top of that, do you see any border? No. What I see is an area ready for a festival and a little barricade like you would have for like a festival barricade, and some people, none ready for a long travel, like migrating, fighting with police, and more just kind of like, you know, like, and like one's like on his bike and he's kind of whatever, and like, so I really doubt that's here, but I could see how you could be dumb enough to make that mistake. I mean, it is a picture, and it has an article talking about the problems at our border. Well, it's just an example. Oh, now it's just an example of what's actually happening. Why can't they give me a picture of what's actually happening? It's just too violent down there. Right, because when the Iraq War, they didn't have someone down there photographing and shit. How's that wall going? Not far? At all? They're asking you for money? How did I... You're not my dad. You're just the dick I ended this world through. Thank you, D.L. Hughley, for that shit. She's the dick I wrote in on. I don't like that because that doesn't sound right. You want to ride? Nah, I'm past, man. I feel stoned as shit, man. That's pretty good. It's about time. Fuck. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm tired of fucking... I've been processing this shit for so long, and I'm fucking tired, man. People are like, man, you do a lot. I mean, I do a lot of shit. Show me where my fucking thinking processes ever get fucked up. Show me where I lose control. I've blacked out, and that shit when drinking, yes, which I don't drink anymore. Even tripping acid or doing mushrooms, I just fucking focus. Even when I'm tripping and seeing hallucinations, my brain goes, oh yeah, I did mushrooms. This is pretty cool for being on mushrooms. I don't go, oh wow, look at that. I've lost contact with reality. I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I do mushrooms. To see shit like that. It's real? Even better. Even better. Oh, that it's large, it's under a magnifying glass that I'm not looking at. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I was wondering why that flower larvae was like that big, but Oh yeah, I see yeah. It's glass. Anyone can make the mistake. Nothing like that happened. Just giving a terrible example. I kind of want to strum a bit. I have my felt picks here. I like these because they just strum a little bit softer. Like especially when you get brand new strings, it can be very bright. Let's see if I got check one. Yeah, that one's on too. That's why I needed to check that. All right, cool. That one's on too now. There we go. And I can also put an effect on this one. Oh, well, that'd be on the guitar too, wouldn't it? I guess I could send the this one to 1 and 2, but I need to be on another. There we go. This would be 1 and 2. Check. No, turn that off. 1 and 2. Check 1. Not going through, huh? Won't be a turd, don't you? Always. Turn 1, 2. Oh, that line is it not turned up? Turned up. Turn it up. Bring the noise, motherfucker. What? No, it's not gonna do it. That's alright. That's okay. I don't like you anyway. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I always play my electric, but how about we do this real quick? A little bit of reverb on the thing. Talk to me now. The drummer for not my first band, but my second band, his dad was always looking for Huddy Leadbelly's grave. Leadbelly. And never could find it. He knew it was out in that general area. And then they moved out near the Texas border. And just like about a block or two away, there was a church that was having a revival because they'd found Huddy Leadbelly's grave. He was very happy. See if I can get that EQ, I think. Through the thing and turn the thing up. Oh yeah, I did turn the reverb on. think I know you like I know the sun, and I know the sky. Hey now, I want you around, but I think I like you better when your head is all together. Hey now, I want you around. Want you around. Hey now, I want you around. Hey now, I want you around. Yeah. Hey now, I want you around. My pain is self-chosen, at least so the prophet said. I could either burn or cut all my pride and buy some time. A handful of lies and a way tied to my way. The river of the sea pours down. The only direction we flow is down. Self-chosen, at least I believe it to be. I could either drown and pull on my skin and swim to shore. Now I can grow a beautiful shell for all to see. The river of the sea pours down. Yeah, the only direction we flow is down. Down, oh down, Yeah, I gotta thank Jay Sund because I could never get that. I mean, I could play that part, but I couldn't play it and sing at the same time. He's like, "Well, just take it simpler, man. Just do the. It just goes G-A. The river of the sea goes down." As soon as I did that, I was like, "Oh fuck." I don't know why I couldn't do it at the same time, but I just wouldn't. It just the syncopation wouldn't come together. I like playing all my instruments. I got my flutes, my basses. I really should get in the acoustic bass. I got a fretless, which is like my next best thing. Such a great story. It's such a great bass. It's from fucking heavy. This thing is heavy as shit. So I can do all that shit. I probably should get under the hood and fix the wiring. The wiring's a bit loose, so sometimes I'm playing and I have to like that on it, and then it's like a kick in and out. But you can get in the back, the thick ass humbucker, or in the neck, the split single coil, or both, which is where I prefer to be. It's got a nice heavy control. Someone obviously sandblasted this. It was red, and they just blasted down to like the base coat, which I fucking love. And they also, it's not a real fretless, they just rip the frets out and fill the fret markers in, which is perfect because I'm used to looking at the dots and then trying to get as close to the actual fret as possible, so I know that that's more the true note. I know that. I know this is where it should be. And I know that getting right on top of that is going to be perfect. I love the fretless bass. Maybe it's in tune. Oh, that whining. Yeah, you gotta be like not afraid to fucking sound like shit. You know, you gotta get over that. Because that's the whole thing about practicing. Just sounding like shit. You don't wanna sound like shit live. Right? So don't just practice playing the right notes. Practice fucking up. And how to fix it and how to root it back. Again, getting used to the intervals. And just hearing how it, you know what I mean? Like, can you save it? Can you take it on a wild trip and then just like kind of fucking, you hit the wrong note and I just start to bend and like, and bend it to the right one, you know, slowly but sure, and then start going back into the scale that you're supposed to be. Can be salvaged. I mean, the best way to try and do it is to have like a metronome going and then work with the metronome for as long as it takes to get that solid, but then also don't live by that doot. Remember where they're like doot. So as long as you hit that, whatever you do in between sounds right, especially on guitar. On drums, not so much because it needs to hear like some kind of subdivision. 1 and 2 and 1 EN and 2 EN. It needs to hear something like that, you know. It has to hear something like that. Otherwise, you didn't do it right. Even if your thing is like a very complicated, like a Herta type fill, or you know, it's like a little bit rushed, a little bit early on purpose. Nobody in the audience wants to hear that kind of shit from that. From a guitar, sure, you can. Like, I listen to Jimi Hendrix. He just slides wherever the fuck he wants to go, no matter what the beat is going. And that's what kind of gives it some interesting, like, I think it's in The Gods Made Love, that the bass like, he's just fucking doing all kinds of boom. People really love to hear it on guitar, and occasionally on a voice if someone's just like losing their shit and going nuts, you know, or just absolutely really truly doesn't care. But they can't be doing it like constantly. Yoko Ono proved that. If she'd been more sparse with it and like using it as a like echo and delay type thing, but they really didn't have those kind of effects as easily back then like they do now. More like you know what I mean, over top like the feedback and shit, it'd be more like okay, I get what you're doing now. When she just, it's like, are you trying to sing? Because that's not working at all. As long as you're looking at like normal music, no, it doesn't work. Like I said, looking at John Frusciante stuff, right? He's getting close to kicking from fucking heroin. He was bad off. But they did an interview and he's playing one of the songs and he's just all like, creeped up on his guitar and singing like very weird. I'm just like, and it just sounds fucking weird. I'm like, dude, you're like Under the Bridge and several other songs, and this is fucked up. And then like I sat there like, wait, he wrote Under the Bridge and he also sang. I've seen him sing, so he can sing. So is he doing this on purpose? Okay, I'm going to listen to this shit again. Okay, I still haven't got around to it, but I need to. I did listen to one song the other day, but it was more melodic. It definitely, I guess he realized that his tripdelic shit. It just was far too weird for people. People are like, well, this doesn't sound like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, no, it's John Frusciante. Right, from Red Hot Chili Peppers. We like to have a label on shit. Hey, look, it's Joey Tribbiani. Or whatever the fuck his name, Tribbiani. That's Matthew LeBlanc, but you know. Are you enjoying, you don't have to do that at all with me. That was an acting job. I had to learn all those parts and I had to learn all those lines and I repeated them all very well to the point where you believe that I don't speak very well. Can you do the how you doing? $30. I guarantee it gets a point. $30. I wish I could use this for webcam. It gets such a good picture, man. But I've got everything I need to film like an actual movie. And these are now, as good as these are very cheap. They don't do well in low light, but I do have I have a light set and green screen. I have video editing properties, software out there in the living room. So I could film whole movies and shit. I'm ready to. I've got scripts and everything. I would just have to go down to the local playhouse. I'm thinking about doing that and see if I can find some people to actually act. Maybe go to the local college and see if there's some people there acting. Look, I can't pay right now. We can swap up roles and stuff later if you guys want to change costumes and shit and do weird stuff. We can do so. I've got several ideas. If you guys have any ideas for movies, I will help film that shit, and I'll just be the director or whatever, and help put it together and edit it. You guys just tell me where to point, what to record, and I'll record the way you say. I will have extra cameras to make sure, because it's fucking $40, $50. I was thinking about getting another 2 or 3 of them, and I'll have we'll record it your way. I'm gonna set up an angle for mine. We'll just see. I've read the script and I just disagree with what you're saying there, but you're the client and you guys help with mine, so. No, you're right. Or I was totally wrong. You guys are right. No, you're right. It does work good. So you want to use that? Yeah, fine. It's all synced up with everything you had. You don't have to reshoot nothing. I already shot it. Just having a different camera angle. That one you had looked weird. It's like that movie, The Dog Thief. And people didn't care. I'd show both versions. It's only 15 minutes, but my next door neighbor needed me to help him edit the video. I helped him with a movie he'd done before, a short film. And this was another short film. And he just needed help putting it together. He could get it. He got a digital camera this time. The other guy he was working with wanted to use actual film. Because he fancies himself with Tarantino. I don't know. But yeah. But he forgot to film one scene, and so it lost this whole, pretty much this arc. And there was footage for that arc, but minus this one scene, it didn't really pan out correctly. And so I was like, we can retool it, man. We don't have to even film that, because everybody had already gone break. They told everybody that's done. The main guy in the movie actually was gay and was playing in love with the main character of the story, the main focus of the story. And he was a drinker, and he kind of seemed to take it a little bit seriously. I don't know if he went method or what, but it was disturbing the other guy, so he kind of bailed out. As soon as they're done shooting, he was just gone. So he's like, I really don't think I can get. I think it's Eric. I don't think I can get Eric back. We can get the other guy back. We got him back. We got the other guy back and got him to go into my vocal, because their vocal that they had done was just not really good. So I got him to go into my vocal booth with a microphone like this. It's quiet in between in between, takes, he's got the lines in front of him. Take your time, dude. Just, read it out. And so he just read it out like, I don't know. Maybe after filming it, he got a good grasp of it and it was really in the character. I really don't know. Or maybe he actually, he delivered a hell of a job. And maybe he was hoping to do whatever. And that's why I was like, I don't think he ever was an actor before. I don't know if he's acted anything since. But, I mean, he nailed this part really well. And like I said, a lot of the scenes that prove it, I ended up using because he didn't really care for it. I was like, we can retool it, and he's like, nah. We got done, and he was like, how much do I owe you? I'm like, nothing if I can edit it myself. Can I edit this myself the way I want to? He's like, yeah. You don't mind? Like, I can have the other footage. Yeah, he brought the tape over, the other CD, DVD. All right, man. I'm kind of wanting to throw this on. It's only like a few minutes. The editor's cut, huh?
I forgot.
Yeah, let's go to that shit. You bet you forgot what you were doing that day. It was a time when you remember, but days they all run together now.
I forgot what I was doing that day. There was a time when I remembered, but now, the days they all seem to run together. Sometimes I'll remember something really funny and I'll laugh really loud. And then I realize it's a television memory. It didn't really happen to me at all. When I was arriving, I remember that much. And my neighbor who I was in love with, he was waking up on the floor of a house he didn't recognize. His mouth was dry, his eyes burning, red. The rest of him didn't feel anything at all. He'd been asleep for 2 days. 2 days. His name was Dane, and he was telling himself that he'd change. Stop drinking, stop hanging around with those fucking people. This is his story. It could be my story too, or a negative image of my story. A record of all the things that I didn't do. So Dane decided that if he was ever going to quit drugs, he could never sit in one place long enough for them to catch up to him again. He started walking, first in our neighborhood and then further and further out. He had nothing. He lived with his parents. So he found this dog. He really didn't find it more found him. Followed him home. It wasn't a week before he couldn't walk through the neighborhood without seeing a reward sign. They were everywhere. Big stupid rat. That dog turned out to be worth $2,000.
I tell you, a man was smart enough, he can make a living doing that. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I couldn't think of anybody who paid $2,000 for me. So right about here, a month passes. For me, it's all house calls and network news. Dane is missing for this month, and without him, I almost have no encounters with human beings at all. Then he turns up.
What's up,
There
man?
he is.
Where have you been, man?
And that's weird because I've been jerking off to thoughts of him, and you might think I'm crazy, but my fantasies were never really sexual. More domestic, I guess.
You want two?
Two. I need two. Everyone two.
How much money?
Oh, about $1,000 a week. Oh, I gotta go. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, have I?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. You remember Poncho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She gave me money when I took Poncho back.
Yeah.
Well, and then I told you that a guy can make a living by returning dogs.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. I've been taking lost dogs back and getting the money.
For reward.
Yeah, because I take their dogs back.
That's so twisted, man.
Sometimes I take the dogs. And then I wait for a reward sign and I go back. But they get their dogs back and I get money. That's what I've been doing.
So,
I find lost dogs and I take them back.
that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, well, I take it to my mom's house in the country. It's like the longer I leave them out there, the more cash it is when I come back. They run and roll and play. They're happy. They're out there in the grass. They look like morons running around. It's crazy.
God. You should have a dog of your own. I read somewhere that people live longer when they have pets, when they've got love in their life.
I think about keeping them. I really do. I'd love to keep them. They're so much fun. I hate to take them back after they've been out, but at the end of the month, rent's still due, and this is how I make my money.
So he'd been stealing dogs. At first he was just returning lost dogs, but there just weren't enough lost dogs to pay his debts. What debts, I wondered? I could hear the addiction back in his voice. Stupid boy. Stupid, beautiful boy. Sometimes he'd take a big fat wiener and pack it full of ketamine, horse tranquilizers. Then he'd just carry the dog away. Started breaking into places. He said he could hear their little toenails clicking on the hardwood floors like SOS signals. He was a liberator. A dog hero. I would watch him walk past. I enjoyed watching him. I hate this story. It makes me feel ashamed that I just don't understand. He seemed trapped by it. Either a junk junkie or a money junkie, it didn't really matter. That was the last time I saw him. A couple of months later, I heard that he'd been arrested near the golf club. An overdosing Sheltie in one arm and a solid gold menorah in the other. If he was Jewish, I'd never known. Well, since all this happened, I've gotten worse.
So, are you experiencing any memory loss or disorientation?
Well, sometimes when I leave the house, it's really difficult for me to. It's like when I turn around to come back, I don't know exactly where I'm going. So yeah, I've been having problems with that, so not all the time it's home.
Maybe we should schedule an appointment and have that checked out for you.
Okay, who do I need to talk to for that? I dream of Dane now. Dreams in which I'm well again. And one of those dreams, he's actually liberating me. Taking me out of this cage. Stupid, sick body. Taking me to his aunt's house in the country. In this dream, the blood in my veins becomes a swarm of moths. And then I know that they will never return me. Not for any price.
No, sir, definitely not. Not playing that 2 times in a row. I thought about playing the original, but I mean, that'd be too much. It's really like take back to back. If anyone's sticking around and wants to watch it later on, I'll play that. But that's exactly, I don't mind playing like some, like, if people have like short movies and stuff that they put together like that, I would love to fucking share that stuff. Supporting local. I love to do that kind of shit, man. And plus on top of that, by being, like I said, independent, there's exclusivity right there. You can't get it anywhere else. And then if it's controlled by you, I don't get a cut, but you can't get it through like Apple, Spotify, so that increases KIND's reach, which then even other like professional artists may go, fuck, $19 a fucking month for the, yeah. And I can put unlimited, you have more storage. For like the people that are below, I would say like probably maybe like a 40 song storage. So if you put your album up, when your album's up, your top 3 sellers, just catalog those other ones, just put them away, play them live. Next album comes out, again, same thing. And you know, each album, so there's no reason to go to a pro account because you'll have enough room. But for a pro account, they might want to have all of their songs up, you know what I mean, at all times each, and then you can have like albums and discographies and things like that. Still be able to sell discographies and albums to the other one, but just as far as us hosting it forever, we'll host the album. There's the whole thing. There's a format issue it's not pirate proof, but it's pirate dissuading. It's kind of like just don't fuck with us, you know. I get it. I get what you're doing. MP3s are what they are. So don't fuck with us. I even got a way to kind of cancel out MP3, being able to make an MP3 of the song, so. Thought I did when I did. I'm smarter than the average bear. We were at Thanksgiving, and we were, not Thanksgiving, Jesus, what was that? That was, it was just a spaghetti supper. We ate the same place for Thanksgiving now. So we're having a spaghetti supper. What is the deal with fundraising around spaghetti? I mean, it's gotta be because it's cheap. I was telling Mike, I'm guessing it's because, like, you know, hey, 400 people more showed up, you know, 400 more people showed up. I'm like, okay, boil some more noodles, like make some more sauce. No. Make more noodles. Right, it's a spaghetti. We didn't say spaghetti sauce supper. This is for charity, bitch. Fucking 50 cents for a box of noodles. Boil 4 more. Get extra can of sauce going. It's only 400. It's not like fucking 800 showed up. So, we're over there eating, and we got finished with dinner, and he started talking about those flossers that are on the stick. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're plastic or whatever, and they got like the little hook thing in between here. It's got like a little thing, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I used those. He was like, yeah, I like them. I was like, I do too, because it's like you don't have to do, you know, he was talking about like, you know, tying them around your finger. I'm like, yeah, I mean, then you get like, you know, they end up with a purple finger. And then everybody's like cracking. I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then you guys slowly unwind and let the blood back into the tip of your finger. It's like, that's no good. And he's like, that when you're getting a tooth. Because he didn't want to go through the whole mind. I'm like, oh, God, when you're sitting there trying to, dude, fuck that. I didn't say fuck it, but no, yeah, I know what you're talking about. When you're trying to worry about this, no. Flosser thing, you're right in there. It's perfect. He's like, yeah. I was like, you know, it'd be great. And I was like, well, I was like, it'd be like a toothbrush. And it's got like a small spool of floss, not a ton. The little thing at the end is at the back end of the toothbrush, right? The toothbrush is coming down here, and then the string comes through the back here where it spools up, or even on the side, like a fishing thing, like feeds through inside, and then you pull it out, clip it through here, tear it off, it tears off, and you got another one, pull it out, tear it off, and then eventually the spool goes out, and you change that out, and that's like, and then on the back side, it's like a head. And they're like, oh man, I haven't seen that. Where's that at? I'm like, I just thought of it just now. And they're like, you just thought of it just now? I'm like, yeah, it'd be really cool. And like, you got to patent that. I'm like, why? Do you have any idea how many of my ideas are you guys have no idea how many of my ideas you guys use on a daily basis, that you have no idea that I came up with that shit in like 6th and 7th grade. And people told me there's no way. At least I came up with the concept and the very idea. It was much bigger and much better. people said there's no way, whatever. It was like Sirius XM. I said cable radio because I got tired of hearing the beeping or the reversing the lyrics. They ought to do cable, radio. And everybody's like, there's no fucking way because, radio is free. It comes over the air. I'm like, so is TV. TV's free over the air and people pay for cable. I'm like, yeah, it's different though. I'm like, no, it's not. I guarantee you people will be willing to pay money. Like, you'd be the only one. So I didn't pursue anything more about it. No, well, you're going to secure it so it's just one. I'm like, I'm sure there's like a broadcast, you can encrypt. I'm sure there's a way to send out, I'm sure. No, it's just stupid. And that's just one, man, of many. Many, many, many. So then my aunt, Christy, she was saying, it'd be cool. And I'm like, what's that? And she's like, if the head's at the top for the toothbrush, I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you just push a button, they pop off, and like, you're supposed to change the toothbrush every 3 months. This way you just change the head. I'm like, fucking genius, yeah. So this has like and it shoots the little head off, and you put the head on. You can put soft, medium, whatever. You can put whatever you want on there. You could have one that even like vibrates if you need, whatever. There's different little attachments that go to the top there. This has like a spool that holds the fucking thing for the fucking, yeah. I was like, fucking genius. That shit would be, yeah. Build a better toothbrush. That shit would be great, because like every 3 months, it comes like a pack of like enough for the year, and then you just buy another pack for the year, like 4 you change them every 3 months. You can get a pack of soft, you can get a mixed pack that has different things like a tongue cleaner and shit, that pop it off. Have different things that attach on the back end, for like dental cleaning. One that just does like a rubber pick so you can clean your teeth, that pops off also. That'd be cool as shit, man. That's the reason I don't even try to like hide the stuff anymore, because if I say anything about any of my ideas out loud, 2 months later, 3 months later, and everyone's like, oh my, and it's a shittier version. It doesn't do what I would mind want, what I had. It's more expensive than what I pictured. I was like, you probably make, I even set the price point. If you did this, you'd probably get that and still make like, still make a fucking killing. It's like, $5 to $10, and then it comes out and it's like, $25, but act now. Get it for $20. Well, wait, get 2. How many times are they going to say, but we can't do this all day? How many times? Act now. This offer won't last next summer, but act now. These deals are going fast. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Dude, I didn't know that was a Johnny Cash song. I was working for Odessa car auctions, and I was delivering cars to the people who go through the barn and the bin, and Mr. Where do you go? So, there you are. Mr. Screen, Mr. Screen, Mr. Screen. Mr. Screen keeps this shit out of your lungs. Okay, so, but not the pot. So, I have no idea what I was talking about anymore. Oh yeah, tranquilizing gophers for humane destruction. Because if they go in alive, that fire is hot. Did Smashing Pumpkins get the name because it's one of their favorite things to do? Red Hot Chili Peppers, What if you had to name your band after something that has to do with it? It's like it's by law, they come by and check. And how are you all? Okay, so, and all 4 of you have jackets the same? Well, then the 4 jackets makes sense for your name. Okay, everything makes sense here. No funny business. I don't want to see anybody coming out of those jackets, okay? And making jacket off jokes, okay? So no. No. I'm saying no funny business, but I can't do it anymore. No funny business. We're making things great again. Did they laugh in the 20s? No. Take a look at all those pictures. They all sat there going, they could have smiled. They didn't. But before that was like a thing. Why was that? They probably like got the pictures back and like, you know what I mean? It's not like they're now like, oh God, I need to redo that. Bring the bulb, the guy sitting, everybody, grandma, resuscitate her, kids, get young again. So everybody sit around. The photographer's gonna sit there and hold a bulb as he covers himself in shadow and drape. Just hold still. Now smile, goddammit. We look like we're an angry family. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is a family portrait. We're not gonna have a family brawl. We're not. If you guys will smile, everything will be fine. Yeah, you get the picture. Ooh. 1850. It's just the petticoat makes me look a little chunky. Is there any way you could take that in? No? Yeah, no. Someone should invent that. Yeah, you heard that a lot? Yeah. It doesn't capture the red of my lips either. You've heard that a lot too, yeah. Ooh, if you could have it black and white in color, yes, ma'am. If it could be black and white in color, that would be very interesting. We're trying to get color. You're not impressed by the actual photograph? Again, the petticoat. I will choke you. I don't know why I like that so much. It's some other thing. I will choke you. I think I'm getting sick of everybody's shit, and that's one you can do on the bus. Bus driver, what? I said, that's what I did. What? He said he's gonna choke me. Can I whisper it or something? So if it was, what kind of threat is that? The worst fucking kind. Shut your fucking yap hole. You forget I watch where you get off the bus every time you get off this, you old fuck. I just live right down there. So I get off the bus and I can walk right back here in 10 minutes. Keep talking that shit. Keep talking your shit. I carry 2 knives on me. I don't ever know who you're gonna run into on the bus. One's in my pocket, one's in my backpack in case that fucking thing is not like if I've got a small one in my pocket. I can just, you know what I mean, quick and easy. And in case that's like not very scary, he's like, all right, well either they get that away and like, you know, backpack zip. This is like a roofing. Motherfucker's got like a sling blade off the handle. It's just got this big ass fucking hooked blade. You can just grab that shit like this. He's got like this. Yeah, you want to fight? I mean, even if I miss you, that little, you know what I mean? It's for roofing houses and cutting shingles. And I've run that fucker through the goddamn whetstone. I got one of those things for sharpening my kitchen knives. They tend to go dull from time to time, so you just shoop, shoop, shoop. Go at an angle. I found if you go at it a little bit of an angle, it gets it really sharp. So yeah, with my shingle knife, just went through and cleaned it up. I should probably hit it at an angle. I haven't done that yet. I don't keep it on my person. That's just in case things get out of hand. You see what I'm saying? In case a little pocket it's got a blade like this. It's one of those ones where he's like, hey, I mean, I really don't want to fight, but if we gotta, I mean, you're obviously a psycho fucking person trying to fight someone on the bus. I noticed you haven't been talking to yourself the whole fucking time. I wasn't talking to you at all, but then all of a sudden you just turned around and said, I've got to defend myself, sir. The bus driver's behind plexiglass. He ain't doing shit. Hopefully this will just tell you to sit the fuck back down. Alright, we can ride. Just sit the fuck back down. And say, make me take my earbuds out. I'm gonna punch you. Kick you in the nostrils or something. I like my music. I'm not bothering anybody. Just leave me be. Lima beans. I made an export of. You know what? I can pull it up. Probably. Ooh. We're at 48. I can pull up another song though. Yeah, I can just pull up some mixes of stuff. If I'm gonna do that, I can just pull it. I don't think I have any much new in studio. Oh, I do. I have new Trough stuff in Studio One. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I can't wait, man. Can't wait. Can't wait. In the meantime, let's continue to believe. I gotta write that Gregory guy from Kush After Dark, find that video, and thank him for that thing that he did. It was for vocal. It was talking about some vocal treatments, and like I said, with at the 100,000 and 10,000, 10K, it has changed my thinking because where I thought the frequencies were, even though I had like a chart, they just weren't. It's just like I pictured things lower than they were and other things higher than they were. And one thing I'm finding is that around 5K, a lot of my mixes are having a lot of harshness, and now I know why, because I was thinking that was clarity, but I should have been more in the 1,000. I didn't think that was as high up in the sonic hearing as it is. I didn't think the bass was at, around there's just a lot of stuff I thought the bass was like 80 and lower, you know what I mean? Even though they have like a low pass around 80, I thought like a lot of the power of the bass was in that lower below 80 then, you know what I mean? So I try to always bump that in the right way, but no, you can do it the right way. I thought of a couple new tricks I'm gonna try this next time, including I tend to have the bass sub kind of its own thing. So what I'll do is I'll send that, instead of sending all of it to a bus, I'll send the bass to a bus that's gonna bass it and like really bass it up, give it a little bit of spread, and then narrow down the frequency very much into like, which one's like below this frequency there, but also gets like the topper end of it, but it's still the bass. It's still like a boom, boom, boom. And that clarity, I'll bring that in afterwards, but it doesn't go that bass booster at all. So it's just like that clean and that spread out. It should sound pretty cool. I have some other ideas for some other things like that too, though. So I was listening to the mix today as I was watching. I have a limiter on that track, this channel that's talking right now, and no, it wasn't. It was the desktop. It's the output of the music, and I started noticing that it had a de-esser, and I was like, well, let me see if I can find the frequency. And did it get offensive right around 5? There was nothing like in 10, and it started creeping down like 7. It started jumping a little bit, but then once I got in like 6 and 5, the fucking de-esser started going nuts. Yeah, I'm doing too, and I know for a fact that I boost guitar around 5 to get a bit of more vocal, more presence in it. Okay, that's doing way too much because it's sounding sharp and sounding harsh. I don't know how to do that anymore. It's cool. You can learn after a certain age. You have to be open. I love learning shit, man. I don't see how anybody could stop loving learning shit. Like there's nothing new to learn. Dude, you know how sad that'd fucking be? That'd be a fucking horrible fucking world. You just know everything. I don't know if anybody else has played God mode in fucking video games, what they call God mode, where basically nothing can stop you. You know what I mean? You have all the Mac weapon, and you just go through leveling everything that you go through. I always hate that. In fact, there are a couple of things I don't really like. I don't like finishing the story. One, either, like I said, the eventuality means I usually can predict where it's going. Two, I don't like it to be over, nor do I want to see a sequel that's going to pale in comparison as it tries to compete, because most people don't put enough thought that if this becomes popular, what then? The most people do not put enough thought in that. So they have this main story, and they're supposed to draw you in that, and then if it gets popular, they have to kind of branch that story as much as they can from any dead ends or any loose ends, I should say, that were in the first one. Who is Gollum? Where did Gollum come? That kind of shit. Not to shit on it, but that's what all books do. Instead of thinking ahead of time, okay, this gets popular, and you start telling the story, and I gotta figure out this. Why do I gotta figure it out? It could be another book. It could be a whole other story, a whole other adventure. How long is this story gonna be? I don't know. But I know that my story, if I do this way and tweak a few things, it can go all the way to the 3rd millennium, which is supposed to be like our 3rd millennium. I had a story, I was at work one day and I was thinking about the Voyager satellites, the ones that they just launched out. I was like, can you imagine we get hyperdrive, and the first thought was we just launched those out there. What if in 100, 200, 1,000 years, it just breaks the atmosphere of someone and just comes careening down and is there fucking September 11th of one of their capital cities? And they go to this fucking crater because it comes flying in from outer space and that little record's like, greetings from Earth, and you know what I mean? And all I could see was like these Death Destroyers, like, you know what I mean? Because they had like the map and like our makeup and what we look like, and they're just like in space and just they headed out. I was like, well, then the only way we would survive at all is if we like terraformed other planets and basically given up on this one. And they couldn't really figure out exactly which one we were on. There's like 4 or 5. There's like 9 we tried to terraform. Couldn't figure out how why these ones were taking. Turns out there was on the trip, there's a fermentation process that happens, and then that fermentation process of the seeds actually with the soils in these new environments actually helps it to take. So there's like Terra 3, Terra 4, Terra 6, Terra 8, and I think I don't know, there's whatever, but they're in different segments and everything. And then eventually those were supposed to be like, if they were video games, they're supposed to be where you could get a space, what's that called? Smuggling or, trafficking type thing, jobs. And they would link between the different star systems. So if you wanted to like go between the two, you could actually go between the two, but you had to have all the games installed, and this one would like branch them all together. And so allow you to fucking travel from one to the next. And then once you have that installed, you can either play that, or you could just be in one game and just fly to the next location, go to the next location. You know what I mean? And just load all that shit right inside that one. That was the main thing to be a branch, bridge, break, dance, a Brahmas, I don't know. A Brahmadary. I have no idea anymore. Brahmadeus. Broken bowels on my way down. I have no clue. But yeah, that was like another idea. Like I said, it was still based on, that one was still based on like Earth, what we're doing now. And then I was like, well, okay, the Voyager probably wouldn't, but what if we got like a hyperdrive of some sort, and we decide to send out with up and down like that and like that, in all directions, so it can map the known universe, and they're designed to relay between each other and stuff. So the map just keeps getting bigger as they each going out in like kind of the XYZ directions. There's 2 going this way, 2 going that way, and 2 going that way, and there's like a center thing that kind of it relays all the information to each other, and it relays that back to us, and just the map just keeps getting bigger and bigger as it just streaks in. So with what we know and what we don't, as it passes by, it looks at stuff and categorizes it, and the map just keeps getting bigger and bigger, the universe, as they go in infinite this direction, whatever. But one is on the path. You can easily have it like, through this thing, whatever. There's certain things that cause it to slow enough that it's not going at the, warp speed. Or even if the warp speed is not designed to break the speed of light or anything like that, it's a very powerful and warps time and space. Because usually what we think about is never really what ends up happening. Like the flying cars that we thought about back in the Jetson days. They're starting to get kind of flying cars now. Are they anything like the Jetsons? No. At the backside, there's little bubbles popping out, and it's got a big window that, Any of the things that the 60s people, no. Some of them envisioned like a wearable watch, but even that thing was like huge. It was like, is it Apple Watch? Yeah, but you're even then, did they watch this and go, hey man, that'd be good, actually, go look over there. How could we make that? It could be easily possible that there's of course no one wants to wear a watch this big, but could we make it like, No, I don't see why not. We probably could. Well, with Steve Jobs, do it or you're fired. And let me know how it's going by tomorrow. Of course, sir. You are a genius. I know. I'm gonna go take a rest. All this thinking is killing me. Although it's tough to be the king of bullshit. So, if Earth is not really exactly real, it's artificial reality. It is, when we go to sleep, that's a dream. When we wake up, this one is so persistent and so real and so tangible and so everything that we think we're awake. It's one more level higher to get to reality. Behold, he makes a new heaven, new earth. So if the old earth is like fucked up and shitty, and if he's just like, we're all kind of like, for lack of better terms, matrix style put away in kind of like these little, whatever, soul containers. And we are all experiencing a simulated, a synchronized dream. Like a video game of Grand Theft Auto, only that it's very real, and we can, you can do a lot of stuff. Physical, real things. That might be why Yeshua was saying, this and more shall you also do. Walking on water, yeah, that's If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you'll tell that mountain to get out of the way, and it'll get out of the way. If you're like, oh crap, I mean, start thinking about this is a dream, and that's reality. Oh shit, yeah, I could just, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, in that case, then none of this is real. So therefore, anything, black holes and whatever they want to find, they'll find it because they're looking for it. Seeking, you shall find. You're looking for it, so it's out there. You want to find it, so you find it. Is it exactly what you thought? No, but it's something similar. Like they just found like a 14,000-year-old city in the ocean. It's not Atlantis, unless everything in Atlantis just washed off of there and went into the ocean. But the description of Atlantis from the historians of the time, this thing just matches everything. I should have brought that up. I meant to bring up the let's do that. We did that last time. What? It's time for breaking news. Huh. It's not really breaking news. Trump is a fucking bitch, so of course he explodes at anybody. Kilauea, it's exploding, erupting. Volcanoes, earthquakes in diverse areas. Inca Temple of the Condor at Ollantaytambo. Of course. Bringing fireball lights up the sky, so there's stars falling from the heavens. Earthquakes in weird places like Mississippi. Not just the regular ones, but yeah. War in the highlands of Peru. Like I said, it would have been fucking dope if they hadn't shit all over the female flight. Especially if it wasn't that expensive. Because you gotta think, he is fucking kind of a cheapskate. So why doesn't he pay his employees better then? Decryption. No, we don't want a decryption, we want a description. Even though it's not how you'd spell that anyways. Highly advanced civilizations, legendary island. First mentioned it didn't say island. Due to its moral decline and hubris. It's always that, but like if underneath America we have Yellowstone, if it blows, especially with as many enemies as we've made, especially right now, what are all the other places are going to say? If we're pretty much utterly destroyed, pretty much. Well, it's because America got too big, too greedy, and then they had Donald Trump, and God blew it up. Sodom and Gomorrah. They happen to be a corrupt place now. Were they victims of a incoming Meteor, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know. I don't know. Have they found some of the, what they think are the sites? Surrounded by sulfur, big clumps of sulfur just out of nowhere. They have. I wish I could play the YouTube video. That'd be the best way to do it. Because I mean, you could see all the shit that I was gonna have to show you. Well, I have to show you anyways. Everything we currently know about Atlantis. I don't want to even show. Like one of mine got struck because when you go to the site, I think they eventually revoked it, pulled it back, because I did make that mention on the next video that I went up. I was like, it's fucking ridiculous. I went to fucking Wikipedia, and it's a video advertising for a show. So anyone who goes to that website, the video pops up, and it's not like I got any money or anything like that, or was robbing anybody of any money, because that was the background of what I was saying. It wasn't like I was like showing off and it was, if nothing else, they were getting extra free promotion during my shit that there was, because it was showing like kind of on a loop. It was one of those, like, not goes on, it had Henry Rollins, and they were talking something about something shit. I don't know. Story of Atlantis can be traced back to two specific works by ancient Greek philosopher Plato, Timaeus, and Critias. Athens was recovering from the Peloponnesian War. These dialogues are our primary source of information about the fabled city. I need a fucking description, please. Pillars of Hercules. Yeah, they explained that. Immense wealth, natural resources, including gold, silver, and orichalcum, a mysterious metal said to gleam like fire. I'm trying to go back into like the old time and think of like how, like what even could be like the translation of gleam like fire. That could be a slightly mistranslation. You know what I mean? It's that far back to the Pillars of Hercules, you know what I mean? Yeah, so. Swift and single day and night, series of catastrophic events, submersion. Here we go. Heart of Atlantis was central, surrounded by concentric rings of water and land. These rings were connected by tunnels wide enough to accommodate ships, allowing easy naval movement. The central city potentially housed millions and was a hub of activity and governance. It is situated in the plain and surrounded by mountains that descended towards the sea. This plain was described as being 3,000 stadia in length and 2,000 stadia in width, and irrigated by a network of canals. A stadia is a Greek unit of length and is estimated to be between 150 and 210 meters. The mountains sheltered the city and were renowned for their size and beauty. The very center of the concentric circle stood a hill, king of Atlantis, Atlas. Okay? And then surrounding the hill were hills made of stone, red, white, and black, quarried from the nearby mountains and valleys. The walls were adorned with precious metals and reflecting the island's immense wealth. Beyond the central city, the rest of Atlantis was divided into 10 regions. Okay, so now, well, I was going to say last time about that, right around there is right around Mauritania, and Mansa Musa is supposed to be like incredibly rich and tons of gold. So this is around the same area that Mansa Musa is supposed to be. They're saying this is supposed to be a place very wealthy, very rich with gold dust and jewels and stuff. Dude supposedly was so rich that he rolled through fucking Egypt, didn't even stay in town, but bought so much shit and gave out so much gold that they fucked up their economy. And even worse is like, as he's coming back through there, the king was fucking pissed. He's like, hey man, this has happened to me before. Tell you what, I'll buy back all that shit, all the gold, at a better price. And the guy's like, what? And so he bought it back at a better price for the king. And he's like, yeah, are we cool? I'm like, yeah, we're cool, man. I'm like, okay, so your economy's fixed? Yeah. Cool, man. He's making pilgrimage to Mecca, I believe. How fucked up you gotta be to show up in town and your entourage is so huge and they're spending so much money at fucking, instead of making your economy like hugely rich, it's like all of a sudden like, dude, everybody's got so much fucking gold now. The fucking kid who just goes and gets the fucking, he's got gold. Lots and lots of gold. The fuck are you doing? Tell you what, I'll buy back all the gold with your currency. The price you got, that benefits you. How about that? Yeah, I could do that. Make your economy better, man. Don't worry about it. This has happened before. I don't mean no trouble. You know how it is when you own every fucking thing. And you decide to go for a trip and you decide to buy every fucking thing else. You know how it is, King, right? No, you don't? No? It's good to be the king then. Guess you work for me, bitch. Because if I just walk out of here now, your shit's fucked. So let's go ahead and do the Eye of Sahara. Sahara. All right. The Richat, R-I-C-H-A-T structure. Let's go to Monitor 2. Bam. All right. This is, that might be the one I watched. This right here might be the one I watched. But you look, the blue water, they were saying because of the salt. There's another place nearby that has the salt. So if I can get a good image from the sky so you can see. Look at that shit. Look at that. 3 concentric circles. There's an outlet to the south. It looks like water's pouring right out of there. Look at the water damage and shit. If I can get it from the sky, you can really see it. It's fucking crazy. You can see the water pushing. You can see where the water ran through it. How big is this picture? It's not. Alright, so it's crazy. I'm gonna open that up in a new tab. I don't know if that's been accented or changed or anything like that, but it looked cool. Where the fuck is... I need like a good aerial shot. Yeah, this is what they say Atlantis looks like. Link a new tab. 3 concentric circles, bridges between the 2. And I would like to see like a really good aerial shot. Come on now. High altitude? I guess is what I gotta look. I guess I have to define what each part of my show is about, apparently. So this show, this show, the whole show is not about anything. This part of the show is about typing. Got it? Okay, good. I just didn't know if you had it or not, because sometimes it eludes people that I have my show, and they can be doing their own show, but I don't know why they don't. They have a no-show where they go to a show and say, your show is not a show. I'm like, no, I never said it was. If you read the description, I said, don't Don't even watch this bullshit. That just looks like it's gonna be as far out as we can get. Dude, whoa, I've seen some pictures. They're probably being fucking behind whatever. But you can see where like the water actually fucking blasted through. Let me see, Africa. Images. No, I need an actual, not that. I need like a satellite. Get a big shot. I mean, I need like as large of a file as I can get. I don't mind downloading the fucking thing. 13th under about that. That might be alright. Let's find out. But you see how this is drifting right here? How it's all pouring? It's like the water came rushing through. You can see, and it's right. This is where the eye of the Sahara, where the Rishat or whatever is right here. So if the water came pouring through and washed over this, you can see it trailing out here, and just it washed down here, and it was right here. So all this water be coming that way, and that look at that. You can see the trail where it comes pouring through, and then drifts off into the ocean. You can see right here, look at all that right there, all the movement. There is a volcano not far from there. It's in a dry riverbed that has the dehydration, much like the Eye of the Sahara has like that bluish kind of salt deposit at the low level. Same thing there, because like whatever that fucking, it's like a pretty deep thing. It looks like an island, but it was a volcano, and I could see it being full of water. And then like if it did blow, and you can see the striation patterns, like the circular or concentric circles around it from where it blew, and kind of like how this does right here. Like you see those like actual things, and it's all around it. And if like the water pushed against that far wall, like, I mean, it's in like a little bowl, and then came rushing back out, I mean, it would just wash right down this, the lowest levels, and come pouring down this shit. That could very well be the very flood they're talking about in, Epic of Gilgamesh, I don't know. Supposedly this washed away this advanced civilization. Some people that survived made it to Egypt and built the pyramids. Supposedly, that's what the people that live there say. I don't know. I wasn't there. But if I'm right, it'll all go reset and we'll find out, I suppose. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? It says at the end that every mountain we moved out of its place. The mountains fled away. There were no more mountains. We'll be like, okay, here he comes. Get back in your position. We're not supposed to be over here. Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, come on. That kind of shit going on. If this was a dream, why would it be that hard to do? Look at that. Be like a center. There's a ring. It's a ring. Look at that. And it would have flooded. They said it had the mountains to the north. It's right here. And much in the same way, how this is sitting here, and they would have had water. The other place looked very similar, so they probably would have thought, like Atlantis too, but it was just like a centerpiece, like here. And it had water all around it. From what I saw, it was like, this was up here, and this was pretty, it was a full-on, like, if you were to look at it, it probably would look if there was water in there, it probably would look like Hawaii. If it was stable, even for a couple 100 years. If these guys got blown out and left, or whatever, or had left before, maybe they headed over to what we call South America, and they were Babylonians, and they became the Mayan and the Incans. Like I said, they have a lot more look-wise in common with Egyptians in that area than they do with Asian. From what I've seen, from what I've observed. I could be wrong. I mean, just because they say it starts down and where it starts and moves, I don't know that to be true. It could have started in the middle of Africa and then some people moved down to south. And all the DNA mutation. Okay, well, I haven't looked over those records nor done the testing or looked over what possible anomalies you could have missed. So, no. I understand and I get your point, and I agree that right now it's the best guess we have. I get that, and I do. I concede that I don't have a better guess. But if I were to look over the data, I might have it. I may have a better way to try and track it. I don't know. I haven't really put my mind to it. I really didn't put my mind to finding the lost Hanging Gardens of Babylon because I'd always heard the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Even Eddie Izzard was talking about, he was joking, he's making a joke, blah, 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 the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and whatever, not like they were lost, you know. And I've heard people say about Babylon over there in like Iraq and whatever. And I was watching one of those mysteries that people still haven't figured out yet. I'm like, I love those, man. I really love those because some of them I figure out like real fucking quick, and some of them I'm like, oh shit, if nothing else is running in the background of my head, and if I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, that's probably how it happened. And I'll explain, you know, what I'd seen, how they couldn't figure it out, and exactly why I felt that I came to that conclusion through an accident. But, yeah. Like I said, they'd have a vested interest in not calling this Babylon, or those the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. As soon as I saw that video saying like, you know, the missing Hanging Gardens of Babylon, I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. And like, there was, you know, beautiful gardens, and I'm like, yeah. And it's like step pyramids and like Incans and Mayas. And started showing pictures of what they imagined it looking like. I'm like, that's the Incans and Mayas. You guys put your own little like walkways of what you think, and then some other stuff in the background, like real pyramids and like tall. It's an advanced civilization. I wouldn't doubt that. But advanced does not mean necessarily flying cars or European ideas of advance. Just because you know how to work stone, maybe even changing the molecular structure of it, that would be advanced. But you don't, I mean, maybe making it even weightless, you know, through resonance of sound. But you're still dressed in just like regular clothing. You're not like in a three-piece suit or have like a big machine that you drive to do this. Whatever it is, it has like a ceremonial stick and whatever, and you just kind of direct the sound and cause it to vibrate and levitate the rocks. And like, yeah, we'll be done in a year, man. We'll build 5 pyramids in a year. Like they said, people don't do stuff unless it's, I mean, the only way they wouldn't take on the thing being hard. People don't do stuff like that if it's like the pyramids, if it's easy with the technology at hand. Do we tend to build stuff that is impossible, or nearly impossible, even with the technology we have at hand? It may be a marvel, a feat, a wonder of, you know, whatever, and we do things in a weird way, but it's not like it's taxing the entire thing to no end. It's just, yeah. Oh man, I just wish it would pop and stay popped. Ah, oh, Jesus. This moja kraleva. Kisku. Fuck, 2 hours and 45 minutes? You're shitting me, man. I should just keep going and talking until I feel like this. Like, yeah. 9:30 at night. Have I had dinner yet? I don't know if I have or not. Oh, I know I'm so fucked up. I ate some chocolates. I haven't had chocolates in a while. I ate some earlier. Yeah, they're probably hitting right about now or so. They take a while to hit, but when they do. Is that a bus? Was it loaded? With what? It was just packed solid, man. That's all. Alright, so we get 14 minutes, we get a good 3 hours. I'm not gonna pie this, so might as well try this and then go back to the library, find something to listen to. $15. I can stick around for 15 minutes so we get a good even 3 hours. Oh, I really like something for you.
It never gets any easier, and days all run together. Until the end of whatever this is, and even in between, I lay down to rest forever.
So I really like this. What are you doing? No one said to play next. But I think I'm going to do Something for You. That's the song I just played, Something for You. I'll probably mix that one, the next song that I mix. This should be in 44, if not 48. So it should be pretty easy to process. That Time's Hunting Me was the next one that was coming on. I might actually do that because I might change that little into Speldosa, that music box. Yeah, so instead of using those crappy drums, start using the BFD remix with what I know now. It'll be dope. I hope. And this one, I can't decide what I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to do it like all instrumental. I want to do like a Jimi Hendrix tribute. Is this the one? Yeah. Without lyrics, it gets very boring. It just gets very repetitive. I love that. Fucking dope. I love that shit. I love fucking with people's fucking expectations. Still deliver, you know what I mean? It's not like so bad off key that you can't follow it all, but I like fucking with people's expectations. But anyways, so much to say, so many music things to play, so many ways to waste a day, Hey. Who knows? And they're all winners. I think I'm gonna submit that to like a Prozac or something like that, you know? Gotta get some fucking cash, man. I feel hollow inside until I get enough cash stuffed in every hole. Like all of them. I need like cash coming out of my ears. I need a name like Cash Patel. That's just luring in money. You know what I mean? It's just calling it in. Like, hey, you know what I love? Cash. Anything else? Cold, hard cash. This is a tragedy, and this is an outrage. I suggest you buy my book. I suggest you shut the fuck up, Mr. Patel. This is all being recorded and it's going to be used against you in a court of law, whether you realize it or not. That's what's even great about it. You think that you're like, yeah, huh? It's kind of like that Something For You, that song that I played. It was, I was playing it, I was mixing it and mastering it for Graveyards Along the Way, Musical Perilous Motos, whichever one it came on. I came on one of those two. I don't know if the fucking light was on in here. Okay, I was kind of like, man, it's burning out. I was playing it. And just out of the corner, I was married at the time. Broke up with her, like I left her in like 2005? Yeah, 2005. It was probably like 2004, 2003, maybe. I was working that song. And back in the corner behind me, she's like, I know that song's about me. I'm like, what? That song, I'm like, which one? It Never Gets Any Easier. I'm like, it's about God killing the devil. You know what? Yeah, it is about you. Fuck you fucking self-centered cunt. Jesus Christ. It never gets any easier because, I mean, you gotta figure at the end of eternity, the only thing left to do would be to start it all over again. Like, forget everything that you know and start it all over again as if you don't. Deja vu. And start it all over again. Somewhere along the line, you probably somewhat remember. You know what I mean? Do you start it all over again? Or do you do something, you figure out something new? What the Bible says, he figured out, so behold, I do something new. So I'm waiting to see what happens. But he said be not deceived, that day cannot happen until the man of sin is revealed. So until everyone sees that the Antichrist is the Antichrist, whoever it is, I personally would have money on Donald Trump. David Den of Sin is his NDA name, you know, when he's trying to sign off with porn stars to have them not talk about the intercourse they had. They paid her for, to be quiet. Why are they going to election, which would be against the law with any other candidate? Jimmy Carter, George Bush, either of the two, Ronald Reagan, there's been a crime. They made Jimmy Carter sell his peanut farm. Donald Trump is making billion-dollar deals in Dubai. But then again, if he doesn't get away with it, or at least think he does, can't really give him a crime. And even the very elect will be fooled. Even the president-elect. I thought that one of the very first times I heard, that was like fucking college. When I first got Revelation, it was one of the first times I got the book. I got that little green New Testament. I also see why it says no one gets to the Father except through Jesus is because, dude, we're all fucking dirty as shit. And on top of that, if you try to read the Old Testament, you're probably gonna put that shit down. So it's probably best to go through the New Testament and be like, okay, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. But reading back there, you're gonna be kind of worried a little bit. I don't know if I like that. This guy's very angry. Yeah, but look at why. Oh, well, yeah. It's just scary when he's angry. Yeah, because sulfur and and earthquakes. Yeah, so. Okay, but he's not yelling at me. No. Okay, cool. We'll keep reading then. What do we do if he's yelling at me? What are you gonna do if he's yelling at you, huh? Run? Hide? Good point, yeah. So just keep reading. And as it keeps going, keep listening for what he's yelling at. Okay, I don't do that. Okay, cool. Yes, don't do that. I never would do that, so he's not yelling at me. Sweet. Oh, you hypocrites. Oh, God, I gotta get out of here. You know what I mean? If you started, that's your natural response to, oh, you hypocrites. Nothing wrong with the book. You didn't say he's grading hypocrites. Because somewhere inside you knows. As soon as you start saying that's different, as soon as you start going to say that, that's different. That's not. Why? Give me a second. Jeez, you're always in my ass. Just give me. Women can get pregnant. I mean, men can get pregnant, so that's why it's different. So that's why if we are with a lot of people, it doesn't matter. It's different. We're not a whore. We're not whores. See? And the Bible says, go forth and multiply. Are you multiplying? I'm practicing, multiplying. I have concepts of a plan. Have concepts of multiplying? Yeah, how about no? Guys, how about you act like you've been around a woman before when you're out in public? Jesus Christ. Someone's at work. I didn't be at work. Yeah, but she's really pretty. Which means she's probably getting bothered like all the fucking time. You want to be another dude that just bothers her at work? Fuck off. Just. Great. If it's meant to be, you'll cross paths again sometime. If nothing else, you can just stop by and be like, hey, remember me from the other day? Yeah. Would you like to, leave this place and have dinner somewhere? No? Okay, cool. I'm glad I didn't do that shit earlier, so I'm just gonna go home and fucking jerk off anyways. I don't care. Not like I'm sad about it. Don't do it during, lunch, rush, or anything like that. I found a seed, and it opened up my weed. I found a seed. I'll give it to Wendy. She may plant it on Wednesday. Oh no, I needed a rhyme. You shut up. Wednesday. Wednesday. That's when we have all our weddings. On Wednesday. Well, it sounds stupid the way you say it. You gotta say Wednesday. Wednesday. See, you sound cocky like when you say it, man. It don't sound like you're having fun. It's a celebration. Wednesday. Wednesday. Well, wouldn't it be Wednesday? You think about it too much, man. You're putting too much thought into it. Wednesday. Is there a wedding? Yeah. Has it got an S? Yeah. You're all good to go, man. It's Wednesday. Then say it faster, man, if it makes you feel better. Wednesday. Wednesday. That's close enough. Wednesday. Wednesday. Yeah, that's kind of Wednesday, but it's Wednesday. 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 Come down for taco. There's nothing. There's Taco Tuesday. 2 for Tuesday. It could be a Whopper Wednesday. Wonka Wednesday. But there's not. Why? I'm gonna go talk to your man.